The topic of the day is toxic mother. Um, for the people who have or had a toxic mother in their life, I know this is not an easy topic to talk about. It's really delicate. A lot of people are still suffering from that because when you live with a toxic mother, for sure it's gonna leave you in a lot of traumas, on multiple areas of and in your life. It is really delicate to talk about it when you're not healed, and even when you're healed, it's still a sensitive subject. For a lot of people who had been growing up with toxic mother, a lot of them had find out late that mother up there was toxic. When you grow up with your mom is supposed to be one of the main figure in your life, and she's the one who's supposed to be with you, show you a lot of things, lead you into a powerful a loving space, lead you into what your essence. She is the guide for you to get and tap in your essence, because I truly believe that each of us we come with our own personality, and our parents, or for us, they are our guides, our guardians, for us to grow properly and in a safe space, and then for us to be strong enough into our essence to lead our life like we're supposed to lead our life. But when you get in a relationship with a toxic mother, that essence of yours is tarnished by the toxicity of that toxic being, because where your essence was supposed to be and grow and thrive, that toxic being decided that she was gonna pour negativity, she was gonna pour trauma, she was gonna pour nastiness, she was gonna pour low self-esteem, she was gonna pour anger and bitterness. So with all of that being poured into your vessel, you really don't have as much space for your essence to grow properly. Your essence, which is your light, your personality, your creativity, your colors, your voice, your expression, all of that. That being who's your mother, who you see as a mother too, is pouring all of that toxicity into that vessel of yours. So now you are in a challenge. You are in a challenge between yourself and everything that she's showing you. And you don't want to question anything she's doing because she's your mom and you put her in high regards because she's your mom and you don't know any better. But your energy and your soul, you can feel that something is not adding up. You can feel that something is not adding up in the way you feel, in your energy, in the way she's behaving. In terms of love, you can tell that whatever she's giving you, it's not love, because it doesn't feel good. You always feel stressed. You always feel anxious. You always feel like you have to give something to get a little bit of thing. You have to give a lot of yourself for that toxic mother to give you something good. Because most of the time, that toxic mother is going to give you nasty energy. Most of the time. If you're trying to recollect any type of good memory of that toxic relationship that you had with that toxic mother, it is hard for you to find good memories as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult. It's hard for you to find good memories. The reason why it's hard for you to find good memories, it's because that toxic mother right there was pouring into you most of the time a lot of nasty energy, heavy energy. She was putting into you a lot of traumas also. That's because she didn't do the work that she was supposed to do on herself. And she didn't, I cannot say, it is not for me to say that she did not have no willpower of doing that work. But one thing for sure, she did not do the work. So, for you growing up in these energy, in that situation, in that relationship with your mother, then when you reach a certain age where you are capable of just putting one and one together and analyze your mom from A to Z, you're like, this is not it. This is not how it was supposed to be. So for a lot of people who had a toxic mother, a lot of them had turned into monsters because of that relationship that they had with their toxic mother. But I can say also that a lot of them turned into good people. A lot of them were like, you know what? I'm on my healing journey. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. But for sure, when I reach to a certain point, I'm going to have to make a decision when it comes to continuing the relationship with the toxic mother. One thing for sure, when you reach that point where you have to make a decision for yourself, because you know that toxic mother is never going to change. You have tried everything and it's always the same cycle. That's where and when you have to cut off that toxic mother, because you know that by you staying next to her, it's not going to do you any better, any good, because she's going to keep pouring that nastiness and heavy energy upon you, preventing you from healing, because she want to keep you in that cycle, that misery, that bitterness that she's feeling 24/7. Most of the time, that toxic mother had been through a lot of negative situation herself and was not capable herself of dealing with this situation and healing from this situation. So that had turned herself into whatever she is right now. But this is not your responsibility. you're not to, you don't have to, carry the weight of any type of toxic situation or trauma that your toxic mother had been through on your shoulder. It's not for you to do that. So I definitely want to say that, for any person that had been in a relationship or still are in a relationship with a toxic mother, my heart goes to you, because I know how heavy that situation is. I know how hard it is to manage on a daily, and I know what type of trauma that relationship can live on your life, on your relationship with other people, the way you see yourself, your self-esteem, the decision you make for yourself, all of that, because of that toxic mother and the impact that she had over your life. And for all of those who are out of that relationship, I say kudos to you, because it took a lot of courage from you to stand on your position and do what you had to do for yourself. And you don't have to feel any shame. You don't have to blame yourself, because you choose yourself. Whatever had happened with that toxic mother of yours had happened. You have to live the past in the past and move on with your life and thrive into powerful energy, thrive into your healing energy, loving energy, because you deserve it. You deserve all of it. So I'm going to leave it at that. There is so much more I can say about that topic, into details, in the way that the toxic mother, abuse their kids emotionally, physically, mentally, in so many ways. So maybe I'm going to talk about that in another video. But I just want to say kudos to all of the people who came out of their toxic mother's relationship. This is super brave.